Now, you, Seymour, just turned 75 at the Las Vegas premiere of this film a couple weeks ago. And, yes, happy birthday, by the way.
That's not I never thought I'd see that, you know. I mean, because when I was a kid, I thought 2000, I remember we were 4 or 5 playing, you know, these wax caps we'd do, making squares on 42nd Street. And somebody said 2000, and I said, 2000? Well, we'll never see that, you know. I mean, and here I am. I'm pretty much into it, and I'm good. And I had asked my daughter about a month ago. I said, well, how old am I going to be? She said, 75, Dad. I said, yeah, okay. I kind of lost contract because I didn't want to pay anything. It doesn't really matter as long as you have love and you're active and you see people. And I walk down the street and I see a woman walking by with her hat on, it kind of. I said, that looks lovely. That hat looks lovely. Thank you, they say. You know, you give and you get, and it makes people feel so good. They say, "You look very pretty today," you know. And guys come up to me all the time and say, "You still working?" I said, well, "What do you think I'm doing? I'm talking to you. That's work." But I'm a wise guy too, as you say.
So I'll get the questions back there. I'm going to ask you one because I know who you're lunching with tomorrow. He's having lunch with Quentin Tarantino. Oh, yeah. So he is.
If I get back, she's driving.
If we get him back to Phoenix.
Never
so you are probably one of the busiest actors, especially for your age and things. And you've been known as you'll do a film for the price of a plane ticket. Well, how do you pick your films, and what makes you say? You just were telling me about a short that you're going to be doing.
Oh yeah,
how do you pick those films?
A woman called me and said, and she worked at Porchlight Films, and then I dated a girl there for about 5 years, and then she wanted to have a baby, and I said, I don't think I'm going to have a baby now. I said, but you should have one, you know. And she was going to be 40, and I was like 65. And I said, what am I going to do? I like my kids, to know me, or my grandkid, but the kid, I don't have to say, my dad, I had a dad. And when this woman called me and she said, I have this short film, and it's just a man and a woman, they're married, they're having dinner. And I read it, and it's very, very well written, and it's a simple piece that has good humor in it. And I called her today before I left. I called her this morning. I said, I'll do it, set it up. It won't take long, but that's fun. And then this film goes in New York and Detroit, because you can shoot in Detroit and you get a bigger kickback on the interiors, with a woman writer-director in New York. I'll do that, I just love the work, that's all. And, if I do a series, I'll do that. I have friends that I've done Heist with and other things. As long as it's, I don't want to be used. I don't want to be, and I don't want to see people used or misused, And I mean, I've been doing it too long. I love what I do. If I'm wrong, you guys got Seymour, that stunk. Maybe can you do it better, or say the line, and then you do. But usually, I have an idea if I read the script of what I like about it, and then the way they cast the other people. Some people I've worked with again and again, and I love what I do. So as long as I can talk, I'll do it. I did a movie called Staten Island where I played a mute with Ethan Hawke and Vincent D'Onofrio.
I bet that was a dream.
That's funny, but what a challenge that was for me, because I worked in a butcher shop. And these guys, Vincent D'Onofrio's a mob guy, and he comes in there, and they have me crack up the bodies and chop them up because I play the off-track betting a lot. And so I got into debt with him. And then Ethan Hawke, who I like him and his wife, and they come in, and I become close to them. But it was fun to do the whole thing with my eyes. And when you don't speak, you have to really look at people. And you see them see you, and that was such a pleasure for me. And the only time I spoke sign language was at the end. And one of the mob guys had said, how come you don't speak sign language? So I write on a piece of paper because no one speaks it, which is true. But at the end, this little kid trips himself and falls, and I pick him up, and I look at him, and he goes, you know, and he started doing signs. So I get it back, and his mother says, well, you know, he watches a lot of television, and I know it's Ethan's son. And it was a really tender moment, and I was grateful for that, the way the guy wrote it, you know. Just things come up, and sometimes they're right, and you know, hopefully you do it, and you get it done well, and you get good actors, and you have a good time. And other times you struggle a lot, you know, and I've been in those too, but not much. I've been lucky. I'm sorry, I talk too much.